Hey guys, today I will be talking about Clutch AI, or that AI badminton app that some of you guys might have heard about. It's only available for the iPhone, so it shouldn't be too difficult to go over. So if you don't have the app, we're gonna switch over to like my iPhone now. Just go to the App Store, right? I mean, you guys know how to use a phone, right? Go to the App Store. Just type in Clutch AI, and it'll be this one. 1.06. I mean, we can take a look at it. There's not really much that I haven't seen already. It promises like you player profiles, managing teams. It looks like this is catered towards either a coach managing like a team and is lazy about analysis and wants to like speed up their workflow, or like the individual player, kind of like me, who has to rely on like non-traditional sources of education or like analysis, that kind of thing. So that's the category of the audience I fall into, which is why I was first interested in this, because I'm for the most part pretty self-taught. Like I reach out to coaches to get like training and that kind of thing, but yeah, for the most part, like I'm on my own. So you download it, right? And you're met with this kind of screen. Let's log out first, so you can kind of see what that looks like, or not, or you can just freeze on me. Okay, well, that's one of the biggest things that irked me with the app, which I guess we can talk about now, is like it's just very buggy still, and like I don't know why. They claim they've been around since 2021. They have over $500,000 in funding. As you can tell, this review is probably going to be pretty negative. I'm not okay with recommending this for right now. So let's say you've like logged in, because you guys know how to sign up and stuff. You're met with this kind of like Instagram-esque UI. You have a bunch of rallies highlighting them. By them I mean like Clutch and their features. So like if you look at like this rally between Victor Axelsen and Popov, you can see that it'll say the longest rally. It'll say that Popov had more rally dominance. I guess for this specific rally, it tells you how many meters were ran. I don't know if that's like an average of both or specific person. Oh, it's okay, it's by person. But tells you the number of shots, whatever. It tells you the score, 21-12, 21-17, so Victor Axelsen won. Tells you the match time, 40 minutes. Tells you the average amount of shots. Tells you how many were ran. It gives you a lot of data, actually. And that's what actually got me excited. Like, there's a lot of data, especially like the shots from each zone. This is like really important for like training, because you can be like, oh, okay, so if your backhand corner is like really error prone, you know to focus more time there. If like, for example, here it says Victor Axelsen's most errors were from the mid, which makes sense, which I would assume means that Popov was doing a lot of shots to the body. If you look at the straight mid, and then it looks like a lot of errors from the mid in the front, so probably service returns were a few errors as well. It'll tell you shot selection, shot pressure, so offense tied, it's like a neutralization shot or a neutral shot, defense. So it's like pretty cool, right? But like, unfortunately, this is how the app works under like best case scenario. Okay, so if we look at like, for example, I don't even know how to use this. For some reason it says like posts are different from matches. It says I've not analyzed any matches yet, but if you like look right there, it says 13 matches, right? So if you go to matches, which is actually where it is, you see like all the times I've tried this. I've tried this for a while now, over a month. So I've given this time. I've let it been updated. It's like 1.0.6 now, so it's been a few iterations since I first downloaded it. So I really tried to like this app, and like I really don't at this point still. So the reason why this is under Santi Forest, by the way, is because like my original sign up just wouldn't work. Like it just wouldn't send my verification code to like my email. So I had to use a different email, and like it wouldn't let me use the same name, so I used my girlfriend's name. So like, let's just like look, right? So like, first of all, like this one is my fault, okay? Like if you look, the screen like falls over, so port detection failed. I get it, but like it should still have detected it for the first 2 minutes. Like I actually like followed this one exactly. Like it was in the center, which is where it prefers it. It was like 3 meters back. It was on a tripod, or it was on a wall mount, I think. Like the lines are very clear, so I don't know why that one didn't work. This one again, core detection failed. Again, it's very clear, like where where the lines are. It's quite high. This one isn't to the center, but like very unreasonable to ask people to record from the back center, and like there are a few reasons why. Okay, so one is that there's gonna be people walking back and forth typically from courts, right? Especially if you're at a tournament or if you're at a crowded place, like there isn't going to be much real estate from like the back of the court and like the seats, right? There's gonna be people going to and from behind that area, so like it's very rude to put a tripod right there just blocking all that flow, right? The second thing is most cameras are not wide angled enough to capture the full width of the court from directly behind, which is typically why you see the recordings of most matches, not at a pro level, like an amateur level or even like semi-pro, are usually from the side, because like it's a one-man team, and, you know, you just want to put a tripod to the side and just cover everything. So like the AI really just needs to accept that like that's going to probably be what's recorded more often, and just like honestly get better. Like I don't know what to tell you. This one like worked. Let's look at this one, right? View stats. Load times are a bit slow, right? So like, first of all, the score is incorrect. 9, 10, 13, 7. That how, right? And because it's doubles, you're not getting any information. This is all you get. You get percentage 1, you get the points, you get rally length. That's it. Same thing for the opponents. You can like create highlights, which are not really that good or accurate. Like let's look at this one. This one's saying it's an all attacking winner longest rally, and that's it. It was an error because my coach dropped and it was out of bounds, right? Or like I don't know why it's continuing. Maybe it's okay. So it's also playing the shot before, because like there is a setting here where you can play the shot before and the shot after a rally for some reason. So, anyways, it's just like very awkward to program it. And like again, playing a lot of doubles. I don't actually think I've played any singles here. Let me just scroll through. So like, this was a tournament that I played like a few days ago, like very recently, right? And this was actually like legit, like proper camera placement, like legit game, like something I wanted actual analysis on, and like still 11-5, 13-10. Like the scores are wrong. The match was, how is the match 15 minutes when the video file uploaded was 30 minutes, right? Like 4.4, like it's just I would have much rather that Clutch like released their app and said like this is a singles only thing right now, and we are looking to expand into doubles. Because I understand there's more moving players, there's more situations you have to account for, there's more data you probably have to label. It's like, so why are we rushing the doubles set out so quickly? Like I think people would have definitely been okay if you like released singles and then said, hey, like doubles is a lot harder for us to analyze, like give us more time. I think people would have understood, right? It just feels very like rushed, like very incomplete, and like especially because like a lot of people I know play doubles, like especially a lot more like than singles. Like for me, training in Asia, not just the Philippines, South Korea, Thailand, hopefully Hong Kong, and hopefully Japan soon. Most people will play doubles, and like you really only play singles if you're like hardcore, like you've been like training since like you were young, and like it's just very more of an outlier thing, especially at the higher end. Now obviously there's a lot of players on both disciplines, but like from my perspective as like a person that started from nothing, then to club player, and then to whatever, like there's a lot more footage out there of doubles. So like it's really important for Clutch to nail doubles and analysis right if they want to actually make this a successful product, in my opinion. Teams, I didn't do teams because I don't have a team, but I would assume it would work as you like create a team, every player downloads their app, you join the team, and then you upload your own footage, and then whoever is the host or the coach or whoever is allowed to can analyze the footage of each. So like in theory it should work, but I would assume that there's also problems that come with that. I'm just looking over here to my computer. I'm going to stop recording here because I think that's about all that I want to talk about when it comes to actual apps. So like what are the wants that I want? So I've already talked about better double support. So we'll skip that. But I've already talked about the AI needs to accept a wider range of data. So I'll skip that as well. Actually, no, I won't, because this is actually a really powerful sentence. I said, it is unreasonable to ask for videos to be exactly a certain resolution FPS. Because if you go into the guidelines on either the app or their website, they're asking for like 720p or 1080p at 25 FPS or 30 FPS, filmed in like a 3 meters back on a mount in the center. And like there's a few issues with that. One, the more technically illiterate people are not going to be able to understand how to do that, right? And two, when you're wanting to record sports footage, especially a sport as fast as badminton, you're ideally wanting to be recording at 60 frames per second, right? And that's because that's going to allow you to like do frame by frame analysis later. It's just going to be a smoother game. There's a better overall viewing experience. So I understand why Clutch is limiting it down to 25 to 30 FPS, because that's just a lot more data for them to handle. But they need to open it up to 60 FPS as soon as possible, probably 4K as well, because some people are just going to be popping open their iPhones and just recording, and the newer iPhones record by default at 4K 24, I believe. So it's like you need to make it as easy as possible for users to just use your app, dude. Like it's just really, there's a lot of friction at basically every step of the way. It makes it really hard to like actually use this app. And then I said this already, better, faster processing and uploading. So what I mean by that is like, and I talk about this in like the web overview as well, is there's a difference between like the uploading time and the processing time. At the moment, both are really slow. And I talk about this when we go over to the web view, but like I shouldn't have to wait like, you know, an hour for like a 10-minute video just to upload. So basically just for me to send it to your servers, wherever they are, and then wait another 10-15 minutes for it to process, right? The processing time is reasonable. It's a 1-to-1. So for example, they claim if you upload a 15-minute video, you'll get an analyzed video in 15 minutes. But the uploading time should not be an hour, especially on internet this fast. Speaking of, we'll switch over to my web view, and I'll talk a little bit more about what I noticed from the website. We'll talk about their team, how much money they've raised, that kind of thing. It's just a little like investigative journalism, if you will. You can feel free to skip the next 7-8 minutes if you want and just come back to the conclusion. We have switched over to my desktop. I'm just gonna go through the website. There are a few things that I thought might be interesting. They were interesting to me, but not be interesting to you. We'll see. Feel free to skip. I don't really care. First thing that you notice is that they have the logos of Badminton Netherlands, Australia, and Scotland. I don't know if that means that these associations are currently using them, if they're getting money from these companies, or not these associations, if what. There's not really any clarification on how exactly they're associated with these teams. But yeah, so you do see a bunch of like, you know, marketing, talking about unlocking your potential with AI-powered match analysis, personalized coaching. So far, if you look at this, I'm not really seeing any personalized coaching. It just looks like match analysis. And like, the other thing is like, you learn this like very soon after you've installed it and actually tried it. It's like, this level of detail is only for singles at the moment, at least in my experience. All the matches I've uploaded that were for doubles, like you didn't get any of this like shots per zone, the winner's errors, the shot pressures, that kind of thing. Only has it been in the singles footage. Testimonials from people that I don't know. That does not say that they're necessarily nobodies, because like we're ranked to 200, 55. Everyone knows Jeff from Volant and the Badminton podcast. So yeah, about just skimming through this. So it looks like they were made in 2021. Ambitious software engineers, designers, and state-of-the-art intelligence, blah 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 blah. They're saying that here that basically Clutch is going to allow people to have a more data-driven approach to badminton, which has kind of been, I would say, made really popular because of Carolina Marin
and yeah, more sports science-y after her. Claiming that this is going to replace the individual professional video analysis attention that pro players usually get is kind of a stretch, but sure. Here's the team. So who are these people? Kari Gunnarsson. Okay. What is radiobotics? We're doing this together, guys. Radiology through AI and machine learning. So medicine, basically, is what I'm getting from this. Interesting transition to badminton. Makes sense, you're a competitive player. Formerly lead iOS developer at Once Dating App. Interesting. Okay. Lead designer. Okay. Then lead Strava. Impressive. Okay, so we have two people from Radiobotics. We have a pro badminton player. What does he do? So it's obvious that he does. These two work together. Or sorry, these three work together. Is he like the non-marketing or non-technical CEO? What does he do? Design, data labeler. What is a data labeler? Okay, looks like they have investors. Let's see if we can't find how much they've already invested. This is just me going on my own hunt, so feel free to skip ahead. I know this was supposed to be a review of this app, but shit, they've already raised $1 million. Okay. Okay, or don't tell me that. Yeah, so a side note, like I asked him if they were opening up to investment, because I wanted to invest in this app before I used it. Now I'm not so sure, and I'll talk about it later, but they were saying that the minimum size per person is 50K, so it's going to be quite an expensive product. Up to 2 mil, okay. That's for Crowberry. Sorry, that's a waste of time. Skip it. And also, one of my complaints when I was making this review was that you can't upload through the web, which apparently you can. But like the AI is like just super not there, and like they don't make it very clear that you can upload to the web. You have to go to the FAQ, and then you have to read this. Like there's nowhere in the app that tells you that you can like go on the web and that you can upload directly, because it's like the app is so lagging, bro. It takes so long to upload anything. Like even if you like follow their specs, like it just does not want to load, not want to process. And I'm on like fast internet, right? I'm on like 300 Mbps up and down, so like it's not my internet. Like look, I'm also uploading this footage live. Look, 400, 500, it's insane, right? So like it's not my internet, and it's like if I upload the same video to YouTube, it will upload faster. Like granted, they're gonna process it, and like I'm not talking about the processing time, I'm talking about like the actual time it takes for the video file to upload from my like phone or computer to their server. I'm talking about that time, not the processing time. Processing time, sure, they can take as long as they want. It's their AI or whatever. And they talk about here, it takes about a minute, or it takes about 1 to 1. So if you upload 30 minutes, it's going to take 30 minutes. But yeah, there's just a lot of iffy stuff. And why is it request access? Why do you need to request access? It's already something you can download. So there's a lot of inconsistencies. That understandably they have a small team, but still it's kind of irksome to notice. Now we're just gonna stalk their LinkedIn and Twitter, because why not? Okay. Oh yeah, they also for some reason want to, or are also showcasing that they will do AI for live streaming tournaments. I think that's probably how they're gonna end up making money, or more money. Can't comment on that because I'm not a tournament host, nor do I have the connections to be able to use Clutch for a live tournament. But if that actually works out, that will be actually like really cool. Is there anything here? No, this looks Oh no, here's your pre-seed. Okay, $585,000. Let's see if they have anything useful. No, just a bunch of stuff that's been liked. Yeah, still like here, AI processing of live streams. This is really cool if this actually works, but I don't know how it works in general. It looks like they're looking for a mobile dev for Android. Cool. But yeah, that's really all that I want to talk about. We'll like switch over back to the regular camera view to talk about my experience when using the app.
Okay, conclusion time. Would I use this app right now? No. Do I think this app has potential? Maybe. It's just like, it just feels very rushed. And like, it could be very speculative of why it's rushed. Maybe it's pressure from their investors, which we talked about. But like, honestly, I'm thinking like, with a team that has like, you know, these credentials which are quite good, and you have $580,000 already, I don't really I've seen apps like do more with less, right? And like, sure, I don't know how AI works, but like, you know, given how strong ChatGPT is and like all the other AI plugins that are coming to life, especially even around like photo and video, like Midjourney and other AI video creation stuff, like I think this app could be a lot better. I think the idea is good. I think it's definitely something that's needed, and like they're obviously looking to improve upon it and also use it for different sports, which would make it great for an investing standpoint, especially if they can get their AI algorithm to actually like process and be good and like give us valuable feedback. But for like right now, it's like a good idea but poor execution. I would skip using this app until maybe like version 1.1 or version 2, until like they actually have like good double support and like it's not so difficult every step of the way to actually use the app. Yeah, don't like giving negative reviews, but I haven't seen anything like this on YouTube, so yeah, like and subscribe.